Well, in a loss like that, a tough loss like that, you're in the games back and forth. It's a seesaw game, and so that can tend to affect the morale of the team first game of the season. So, wondering what the morale was Friday night in the locker room after the game, what it was like coming out on Monday, because you can always tell a lot by that first practice on Monday when the team comes back. So, what's the morale of the team been like, and what kind of leadership are you seeing within the team?
Friday night, obviously, when you pour your heart and soul into something, you spend as much time as we do up there in the film room, in the weight room, and on that practice field. It hurt. It hurt me. It hurt these coaches, and it hurt our players. And I was glad to see that. We had some kids shed some tears because they left everything on the field. And on Monday, I stood in front of them in the Viking room and I said, guys, 4 out of the last 6 years, we've been right here. We've been 0-1. We've lost tough games, and we're going to be okay. And Monday's practice was one of the best, if not the best, Monday practice I think we've had in a long time. Just our energy, those guys talking about, I can't wait to get back out on the field. And I couldn't wait to get back out on the field to correct the mistakes that I've made. And to correct mistakes in the kicking game, offensively and defensively. So as a group, collectively as a team, we were ready to get back out on the field Monday and had a productive Monday and had a productive Tuesday as well. This off week helped us, obviously, being able to correct some of those things. Friday night was a very physical game. We got some guys that are beat up, and this week has helped us tremendously on that. But the morale of the team, we're going to be fine. I told them, and I was telling Dr. Jackson as she walked in, we played a quality football team. I don't know if y'all realize that. Pell City was a quality football team, quality 6A program. So if anybody questions whether or not we deserve or we need to be in 6A, there's no question. We played bad and still had a chance to beat a 6A program at their place first game of the year, and I was really proud of our effort, really proud of that, and that's something to build off of, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to build off that from Friday night.
Well, you got to be encouraged from this, I think, just from an observational standpoint, is that 3 weeks of practice, and you have a first game, and really the amount of mistakes that we made were minimal when you consider the fact that we had so little practice leading up to that, because the typical thing, of course, is 4 weeks of practice, so you got to feel good about that, I think. Now it's time to turn around and start thinking about John Carroll. I know you're correcting mistakes, but what are you anticipating about John Carroll? What are we working on? What do they look like? What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses?
Actually, this week, Greg, is what we did. We hadn't looked at John Carroll yet as far as our team. Now, coaches obviously started breaking down film, but I wanted this week to be focused on the Walker Vikings and what we could do better to make ourselves better on Friday night. So our focus has been on correcting mistakes, getting in better shape so we can be productive in that fourth quarter. So this week has been solely about us, about our team, and about offensively producing, keeping the defense off the field, defense and maintaining what they're doing, putting in a couple of different schemes, moving some guys around, getting some guys some different looks. So this week has been solely about us, and just been real proud of our production on that, our progress. We just look forward to next week getting in the game plan for John Carroll. I know Coach Sanders does a good job over there. I know that they'll be ready for us. I know they played Helena and they played Ramsey in a jamboree. And I know they lost both of those in the jamboree, so I know they'll be hungry for a win. In 2 weeks when we roll into town. So we'll have to go over there, and I'm more worried about what we do. I know we do a good job of scheming, and I know we'll do that, but I'm more worried about what corrections we can make from Friday night to make us better.
I'll have one more question for Coach, and then if you have questions, this will be your opportunity. But obviously, this is your first year as head coach full season, and I just wondered from a personal standpoint how this season feels different to you than last season, considering circumstances that you took over the team last year, and obviously we had great success after that. And so how does this year feel different in some way than last year, if it does?
Well, at one point I got 6 new coaches sitting over here that wasn't part of it last year, so no, there's not really a difference. you know, I've always prepared myself to be a head coach, and I've always put myself in that situation, even when I was an offensive coordinator, try to develop relationships and things like that. And when you coach, you try to develop young men no matter what role you're in. And as a head coach, you know, now you not only are you head coach of the offense, but you're the head coach of everybody. So it's just been developing relationships with some of those defensive guys and worrying about, instead of worrying about 50 guys on offense, now I've got to worry about 105. And that's been the biggest thing, is just making sure we've got all our I's dotted and T's crossed on the special teams, on offense, on defense, and just making sure these guys, you know, we coach all the little things up, and at the same time that we are all about developing young men first and football second. And that's been the gist, and that's been what we've been all about.